All right, there we go. This sucks. I don't know what's going on. I don't know what's going on with this internet thing, but we had to start all over again. There were a bunch of people in here just now, and I hope they can find the live again. Esser and Odetta, thank you for being here. Currie and Jones, thank you for being here this morning. Lessa Stevens, thank you for being here. And Jet Shelley, Miss Golden Robinson is in the building. Thank you for being here. Mr. Article Don back in the building. I'm an Inspire. DR is here. Danya Casada is here. Wayne Nathan is here. Lady J is here. Pussy, Pussy Galore is in the building this morning. Mervin, The Point, Jamaica, Kerr is in the building this morning. Michelle Howell is here. Seymour Bennett's here. Geez, it's a run. It's a run faster than me. Let's go back up. Natural Born Aries is here this morning. Charmaine Robinson is here. Elaine Bent is here. Patricia is here this morning. Audrey Minot, big up yourself. Teresa Lewis. Charma D Star is here this morning. Nikki B. Daya already said DR. DR says, I was on the first live too. Yeah, it was the first live just kept saying buffering, going live. You're going live, but it wouldn't take us live. So I had to start the whole thing all over again. And of course, my algorithms are now messed up because all the stuff you have to put in when you're loading one of these, me don't put in me long. You have to put in like a paragraph worth of information. So I spent my time before typing in Buju Banton and Chief Currie were recently barred by police officers from a local Maroons election, blah, blah, blah. Me put in did Spice and her Rastaman break up. Spice is the queen of dancehall, reigning queen of dancehall music, and her hubby, or Rastaman as they call him, who is normally close by or somewhere around, has not been seen around her for quite some time now, which has sparked rumors that the two has had a breakup. Is it a breakup, or are they doing this, playing breakup for hip hop? You know the show that she's on, Hip Hop Atlanta, or to garner some publicity by social media. All that me just put in, and and then the stuff says buffering. So now that I'm back, if you look in the description, there's nothing in it. Coming up, I have time. I just had to come back. All right. Big up to all the members. Manosa, Unwa, Labor Right. Jesus Christ. Bob Cosmic, you did have your membership. Wait there. You're in here with your foolish, with your foolishness. You got your Bumbuckler t-shirt. Is that the kind of show this morning? Well, it's kind of the kind of show this morning, you know, because I want to know. I really want to know where we're going in the Maroons election and how Jamaica police reach in a Maroons election, barring Maroons from Maroons election. So it's a kind of a Bumbuckler morning for me. Now, before I go any further, let me just say that Daddy Duty's call. My 14-year-old has testing all week for the rest of the week, and because he is homeschooled, we have to take him to this location where government gets to test him for a couple of hours, and that is about 45 minutes away from my house. He's here, he's waiting on me, so we're gonna keep it short and choppy this morning. I had a bunch of things, but later on today is gonna be a late night show in the evening, all right, where we're gonna talk about some other things. So we have to do it like this for now and just give two topics, and we can work with them two topics here for this morning. See? All right. Bro, did you see the current chief of statement regarding the challenge? It's insightful. No, Soldier, where I talk about? Please school me. Put me on. My daughter too, wishing them luck. Jane Ander, yeah, they're going in with the testing. They're going in with the testing. So, a couple of things before I start, and it won't take too long. Check me out. I know some of y'all have been hanging with me because I see all the green in here. And when I ask you to get your membership and when I ask you to donate whatever you can or in whichever way, mainly get your membership, because I'm telling you, the stuff that we got planned once the membership increases more, you know, we've been giving away $100, $100. We've done 3 so far. And this right here, I keep a receipt of everything, okay? I'm not going to put her name on it, so let me bend this so you don't see her name. So shout out to Wayne. Wayne is a brother that I've known for a while, see? And I'm in the grocery store, I believe it was Friday, or Thursday, I was in the grocery store and I run into this person. I'm like, man, your face looks so familiar, but I didn't say it. And him I stare upon me, and me I stare upon him, and I said, Wayne. And as soon as I said his name, because me and him good from back in the day, as soon as I said his name, you know, we start talking and thing and exchange numbers and stuff. And something just said to me like, yo, this brother was so good back in the day, like a somebody I would like really chill with and build with on some Rasta vibe back in the day. I said, I'm not going to give him the business phone, which I really don't answer unless we have to go FaceTime for business. Because people just call up phone you for any, yo, SouFlo, me just a call for tell us say you do a good job, big up yourself. And I'm like, oh. The next phone call again, yeah, SouFlo, what? Me just a heal you up still, you know? And I'm like, man, I'm waiting on business calls, not just a heal up. You don't call Pepsi or Walmart or wherever and say, hey, me just a call for big enough still, you know, and have some good sales and then something there. So the lines get clogged up and business calls can't come through. So I gave him my personal phone. I tell you something. The next morning I'm in the gym working out, right? And this brother texts me and say, him want meet up because him have something to give me. I said, well, I'm kind of busy now. The weekend has started. I got to gather up all my children so because I spend the weekend with all my kids together, right? Him said, I have some money to give you, brethren, and if I can drop it off wherever you're at. And I said, nah, just send it PayPal or Cash App, you know, that way I keep is a Rasta man, you know, all them beard Rasta up on them thing there. The man said, I don't do them PayPal and Cash App thing there. So, you know, I said, all right, I'm at the gym. I'm in the gym working out and he walks in and then give me some money roll up, right? And I put it in my socks and I keep working out. Never count it or nothing. Then I get, after I'm done working out now, I pull out the money when I got in the car and I was 20, 40, 60, 80, 100. The man just give me $100 just like that. And him say, when he gave it to me, he said, I watched the show, I've been watching you. And that's what I tell you, say, no, you have to be out here doing good. And your face could be your face card. And when that's possible, you're good to go anywhere. All right. Him say, I watch the show, I'm say you're good for people, you know. Him say Jamaica, Antigua. So big up to Antigua and Barbuda. Big up to Jamaica, big up to my Caribbean family. The man gave me $100. I told him, I said, yo, I appreciate this so much. What I'm going to do is I'm going to add whatever you gave me. I never know say $100 I'm giving, you know. I thought he gave me like $20 or something, $40 or something. I said, whatever you gave me, I'm going to match it. Now, for you guys who are in the audience, when I match these monies, this is how I get it. It either comes out of my own personal money or it comes out of if you do donations into the chat room or if you get your membership. When you get your membership, YouTube takes about 40%. Not about. YouTube takes 40% of that, right? So 60% goes to us when I draw from that, right? And whatever you give me, I match it. Now, remember the sister that I told you all about. And I was able to send her this money on Valentine's Day, which made, not Valentine's Day, sorry, on Mother's Day, which made me feel so good. See, I told you all before, we sent her a little bit of money before, and the amount of picture and stuff what she sent, come give me, and how she made that little bit of money stretch. I said, I'm sticking to this sister. I can't help everybody, but if we help one person at a time, we can change lives significantly. She actually sent me a message this morning. I was tracking the money, so I knew that she picked the money up. But she sent me a message this morning saying, thank you, SouFlo, and please let them know that they are changing lives. She showed me our fridge because she have a shop and she wants to stock out our shop. This is not somebody that wants to be begging or asking for a handout all the time. When we said she stock out the fridge and everything already in the shop and all that, and there's another brother out there, the man buy up a bunch of goat already and start a goat farm and all these things. This is all from us, and I could show you the pictures and the videos, right? This is the receipt from the Western Union. See, I bend it right here so you don't see our name, but you can see the date and the amount. When give me $100, me add $100. We put 200 US together. We send the money out to her, just like that. Right? Me not take nothing from the money here. I don't need it. I don't need it. My little can share. And I'm encouraging people that for them little can share too. You know how much this turned out to be when they hit Jamaica? $29,867.12. So when I say the little that we give, you might think, It not do nothing called like a $50, like a $20. Trust me, it does a lot. $29,867.12. And I was able to send that on Mother's Day, and I felt good. She has a child. At one point, her child wasn't even going to school because she was so hurting in that manner. You know what I'm saying? And now, I'm going to go to school, I'm having good uniform and all these other things. So, big up to y'all, man. And thank you. And big up to Wayne, because as him dropped the money and said, send it, go get somebody who need it, there she was. Bam. And we'll continue to do that, and we'll continue to follow, keep the audience up to date on how this thing go. All right. Bob said the woman hire truck and go clear an empty barrel. But oh, that one. Yes, yes. The brother there wicked. But she want things. The man says she does. Him does. I seen it. I was gonna do a whole different video on it though. Me laugh till me drop off on my chair. Him wicked because him send all the empty barrel go give her. And she all right. Lulu Ridges, this is what we do, baby. This is what we do. Each one teach one, each one uplift another one. It's a community of love and upliftment. Seeing? Seeing. All right. So let's start out with bigging up some people this morning. And where do we start? Do we start out with Spice and our Rasta, or do we start out with Buju Banton and Chief Currie getting banned by police from a maroon election? So again, I'm gonna big up some people already, big up all the way down to here. Janet Doreen Barnes, Nikki B is in the building. Thank you for being here. Bob Cosmic, festive as always. Thank you for being here. Marilyn Grant's in the building this morning. Pam Scott's here this morning. I feel good this morning. Everybody get a shout out. Adita Kanan is here this morning. Senior Sexy is in the building. Dorothy T is in the building this morning. Brenda Newton Francis is here this morning. Kai Tai Jai. Up is in the building this morning. Kaz Robinson is here. Beast Boy is here. Candace on the beats. Black Eagle there. Big up yourself, Black Eagle. Thank you for being here this morning. Sharon Spence is here this morning. Thank you for being here. Christine Simpson, Sology 819, Roxy 21, Mistress Michelle Banton is here. I'm going to say Mr. Michelle Banton is here. Big up yourself. Elaine Bent is in the building. Prellis 123 is here. Donna Casada says, you got on your Bumbleclaw t-shirt. Is that the kind of show morning? Why? Let's get into it now. Jane Anders here this morning. King Biggs there. Bumbleclaw every day. Some people are highly offended. They're like, I'm exiting right now. I can't take hearing another Bumbleclaw. This just hurts my ears. Andrew Shervas is here in the morning this morning. Kalia Plunkett's here. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being green. Jane Anders here. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being green. Michelle Howell's here. See what I'm talking about? My golden dad. Manners and respect. Maxine Good as Gold is in the building this morning. Kaz Robinson is here. When you come back, you can update us on the green and yellow. All right. Teresa Lewis is here this morning. Big up yourself, Teresa. Soldier 819. He was saying that outside influences from Currie and Banton. He also says there is no grounds for this challenge. Yeah, but all right. So let's see which one you guys choose this morning. Which one do you choose? Do we start out with Chief Currie and Buju Banton, or do we start out with Spice and they're already up. Buju, blood fire. Buju. Veronica Gale, dirty man with the barrel. Buju. All right, so no one hear about Buju then. All right, sir. Okay. Nobody don't care about Spice and our Rasta. I want to say. Spice and our Rasta can make up and break up and do what they want to do. All right. In my cup this morning, I have some, what name again? Some organic elderberry and echinacea. That's there I try to keep the immune system up on these things. So, all right, let's check this out. I was wondering why police got involved in this, right? But I'm telling y'all, things seem fishy. Things seem very fishy. And if you remember when the Prime Minister, Andrew Holness, said, remember his mention about enemy of the state? And I told y'all before that this is how they view certain people as enemy of the state. Now, once you're viewed as an enemy of the state, you can expect all kinds of covert things to start happening. You have to guard up yourself and be careful. I'm sure Buju them know that too. I'm sure Buju knows them people that don't play fair, and they could be trying to sabotage them in different ways, right? I'm sure Chief Currie is aware of this as well. I just hope they are guarded in their safety, because it's very easy to make front page news in Jamaica, if you know what I mean, and then them spin the story another way to put it like you were the troublemaker anyway, so you were guilty of whatever it is that cost your life, kind of thing. But we're not going to talk death right now. Right now, we're going to talk Buju Banton barred by the police from voting in a Maroon election. Remember, Buju is a natural born Maroon descendant from a certain group of Maroons. Not like some people or some of us who say, yeah, I'm a Maroon too, but I don't know how. Even though the talk is that we all are, some just traitors and some weren't, or some went to this group and some didn't, and some went to this settlement and some didn't, whatever. The groups are established, and he is a direct descendant of one of those groups. All right, so shout out to Urban Islands for this one. The ongoing spat, let me make the computer screen bigger. The ongoing spat with the government of Jamaica and the Maroon communities in Jamaica took another turn over the weekend after law enforcement officials blocked Buju Banton and Chief Currie. And in this article, they call him the radical chief. You have to watch wordplay. They blocked Buju Banton and Chief Currie from participating in election activities of another Maroon settlement. That means it wasn't Wishpod Chief Currie is the chief act. It was another Maroon settlement, but it's Maroon business, right? All right. Richard Currie, who heads the Maroon community of St. Elizabeth, is supported by Buju Banton, as the former asserts that the Maroons, as Chief Currie asserts that the Maroons are a sovereign people and they own lands in the cockpit country where the government of Jamaica has announced its plans to mine. The government of Jamaica has announced its plans to mine in the cockpit region where these people are saying, you can't do it, not on our sovereign land. You understand? Now, forget about those who don't like the Maroons or who are saying whatever they're saying about the Maroons. Just think about the mining alone in the cockpit region. It's unclear why Buju and Currie were blocked by the police from joining the election activities of the Maroon settlement in Portland Parish. I have a good idea why. In Jamaica, but it could be that the government is seeking to ensure a friendly, aligned leader who might cooperate with the government's agenda when he is elected. Politics are going. Politics are going. See, they know if whoever is there right now, right, is overthrown or is voted out, and a person is voted in, which I believe is a young lady, which I think is 19 years old or so. I believe she's 19 years old, I believe. But she is a direct descendant of Nani. Now, remember recently when I did that big whole, the Maroons apology thing, and we went through it to break down and understand what Queen Ifrica was talking about. She's 18. All right. What Queen Ifrica and all that was talking about, and we got into the gist of that. Shortly after, that's why I sent y'all to Instagram, to Chief Currie, because shortly after, Chief Currie made an announcement that we don't have no part in that. That's not from us. And the woman that is claiming to be chiefess or chieftainess, he said there is no such role. And the role that she was trying to play, there is no such role in their hierarchy of things. There's no such role. Somebody just make up that title there and gave her that title. And this woman is speaking on behalf of, when she had no permission to speak on behalf of. She is not a direct descendant of, and she does not belong there. Now, here is the direct descendant of, and he introduced this young lady. There are the Maroons are kind of split, divided in that region because you have somebody who is elderly who's been leading for quite some time. It's like having the same prime minister for 30 years. And yeah, I say, all right, no man, Jesus Christ. Look, listen. Why we keep on to do things your way for the last 3 decades? It's different times now. It's different times now. Things are ran differently now. We need fresh blood. We need new insight. We need, fresh ideas. Why are you still holding on to this power? So that is what's going on. It's a power struggle. But I think the government wants to keep or put who they want in there because that person is going to align themselves with the government when it's time for them to say, okay, we're coming in to start the mining and stuff. Him I gonna say, come on in, let it begin. Cut me a check. I'm good. I'm on your side. Or if Chief Currie them influenced, put someone in there, of course, that someone is going to stand along the lines of solidarity with Chief Currie and Buju Banton and the rest of us, as in no mining in cockpit country, my friend. So it's going to disrupt what the government has planned for cockpit country. They went to the extent, Steve Wright, I appreciate you greatly, family. They went to the extent of having the police bar Buju Banton and Chief Currie from even attending that election. Now, on Sunday, the Jamaica Gleaner reported that an election was held where a teenager named Lamora Dillon is seeking to replace Colonel Wallace Sterling. Colonel Wallace Sterling has been the head there for over 3 decades, and they were seeking to replace him in an election. Buju Banton and Currie have signaled their support for young Dillon, but they were prevented from entering the community out of fear that there could be tensions in the process. What? There could be tensions in the process? I think the chief that's been there for 30 plus years, I think he's the one who actually called the police and work out a deal with the police. Like, don't, because Buju not gonna walk the road alone. He's probably gonna travel with the entourage, right? And probably Chief Currie also travels with the entourage as well. So come on, have to look out for them security and these things, right? So I think they plan that with the police. Like, if you see them, make sure they don't come up here. We don't want them up here. But this is Maroons using government police to bar other Maroons from participating in a Maroon democratic process of some way. It's an election. According to Dillon's mother, which is the young lady's mother, Annette Aarons, Buju, she said, who is a direct descendant of the Maroons, would have been able to also vote for her daughter had he been allowed to come to the elections because of his heritage. He would have voted for her because he's a Moortown Maroon. So if y'all didn't know where Buju come from, as far as he's a Moortown Maroon. Matter of fact, just a little history, the name Buju for Maroons, it means breadfruit, right? A little fat breadfruit, because that's how Buju was when he was little. He was a little fat kid, so mommy used to call him Buju, the little fat breadfruit. That's where Buju come from. Anyhow, he is a direct descendant of the Maroons, and he would have voted. He made it known he would have voted to support her daughter, but he was barred, and he probably would have brought a whole lot of influence into that election, which I don't see anything wrong with that. I don't see anything wrong with that at all. He would have voted for her because he's a Moortown Maroon, and he says he has a say in the affairs of Moortown because he's a Moortown Maroon. Sounds fair, don't it? He would have voted for her. The artist and Chief Currie, Buju and Chief Currie, they were detained at a security checkpoint at Rio Grande Valley in eastern Portland. They were held there. They were refused entry into the Maroon community, and they were asked to turn around and leave. Head of the Portland Police Division, Superintendent Kenneth Chin, reportedly said that the artist was stopped, but he was unable to offer any further information as to what really took place. Who ordered that? Why was he stopped? Why was him and Chief Currie stopped? Two Maroons going about Maroon business. Why were they stopped by what we would have called Babylon then, our police? Why? They offer no further explanation other than to confirm that they were stopped and they were turned around and asked to leave and barred from entering. The newspaper reported that Buju was traveling in an entourage and they all had to turn back. Buju had been a staunch supporter of Currie, who refused to recognize Prime Minister Andrew Holness as their leader, largely due to a pact the Maroons had with the British forces when they seized Jamaica from the Spaniards almost 300 years ago. See, this turns out now into Andrew Holness versus Chief Currie. Oh, yeah, respect my thing. What are you trying to tell the people about I'm not Prime Minister? So Chief Currie don't recognize him as his leader, right? It's like here in the US, I see a lot of cars going around that says, Donald Trump is my president, and F Biden with the big F-U-C-K word, them, Biden, the big flag flying off of their back of their truck, big like this, with the F-U-C-K-B-I-D-E-N in the middle of the American flag, like them free, them free to say and put it up in their front yard and everything. It's kind of the same sentiment that is held towards Andrew Holness, as far as you're not a leader of us, right? Earlier this year, the chief's statement did not seem well received by Jamaican politicians, including the Prime Minister, who rebuffed any claims that the Maroons were a sovereign people, and he asserted that Jamaica is one unitary sovereign nation, and no time under my watch will they ever be, he said. So as long as we keep Andrew Holness in place, it's kind of like a sure thing. This is just me. Tell me if I'm wrong. As long as we keep Andrew Holness in place, this is like a sure thing that at some point they will be mining in the cockpit country. Interesting. Currie, who was charged for carrying a firearm while on Maroon's land, he wasn't seen out in public with it. He was on his own land. But remember, you have to have a permit, and your permit has to be valid. Now, instead of contacting him and saying something diplomatic like, hello, Mr. Currie, you might be busy, but we're checking with the FLA right now, and your firearm that you're carrying, did you realize that your permit is out of date? And he probably would have said, oh my God, I'm so sorry because I've been busy running around doing all kinds of things, I forgot, but I will be there immediately to get it updated. That's not what they did. What they did was they went to the media and they told the media that he's holding on to an illegal gun and them can't reach him. I was able to reach him, so I'm sure they could reach him or even send people to go which part he's at. He's not hard to reach, right? He's pretty accessible. Big up to him for that, for being pretty accessible. But the way they did it was like, so people started talking like me and other people started talking like, yo, they might try to set him up. Illegal gun. They didn't have a reason to run in another place than before. But when they start talking about illegal gun, then it came out that this is a gun that he had a permit for and the permit expired. But of course, people who don't like him, they kept saying, yeah, well, you're wrong still and you should have keep up with your permit. So the gun illegal. Go and go get him because I carry illegal gun. It wasn't a gun like him buy the gun off at the black market and they found out he was carrying some illegal weapon. The man is truly a busy man. And sometimes busy people, if you don't understand busy because you've never been that busy people don't get too much sleep. Busy people run 24/7 almost. Busy people have a lot of different stuff to keep up with, and sometimes some things miss you. But the way how they spun it, it was obviously propaganda, right? Buju Banton calls that report a breach of the Jamaica Firearm Act. He called it a blatant ploy by the Jamaican crime minister to hurt Richard Currie. And Buju made no qualms about saying that publicly on video just so we could see I know somebody with Buju voice say it. It was Buju that said it. He referred to Andrew Holness as the crime minister. CRIME. Criminal minister. Crime minister, not prime minister. You know, we call him Brogard and all that. Crime minister Buju. So that tells you right away that Buju and him not in a nothing. Really, like Buju is not a backative of Andrew Holness. But here's the funny thing though, and I said this before. One time I saw Queen Africa, and Queen Africa was talking a bag of things about, you know, government this and how them need to do this and need to do that. And then she was on a live show like a couple of weeks later, and I'm watching the video, and who walks into the live show? Andrew Holness. And when he walks into the live show through the crowd and comes through, she kind of like stopped, like she was starstruck. I now say you was starstruck in a queen, because I know already you're not frightened for people and them thing there. But the demeanor that I saw watching the video, and then she started to let the crowd know that the Right Honorable Andrew Holness was here. She gave him a proper introduction, you know, respect to the title and these things. I've said it before. I was in the military for quite some time. And even sometimes when I could punch the face off the person who was in that uniform, you still didn't do it. And you still, you know, go to parade rest or go to attention till they tell you parade rest. You still follow command. You still keep your military bearings. You still show your respect, because it wasn't even about the person anymore. It was about the uniform and the rank that was on the uniform. So for him, it's probably about the office he sits in to Queen Africa as opposed to the person. So she never want to take out no personal beef. But I was kind of like, man, this was the perfect time for you to say all the things you were saying. A week had gone by where she was walking and exercising, and while she was doing it, you know, she gave a kind of speech that I've given before. Like, soon there won't be any of us left in Jamaica. Soon there will be a new Jamaica, because the people, it won't be any of us that are descendants of that could trace back and say, well, my great 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 grandmother is buried right here. My great grand is buried right here. My grand is buried right here. My mom is buried right here. Me, I go right there. So the whole of it come from right there. So because all these foreigners are coming in, all these foreigners are coming in, and on top of that, we're killing out each other like on a rapid. So we need to fix up certain things. She gave a good talk. I'm gonna say yes, I agree with that. I've been saying that for 7 years now, right here. But when it came in front of the prime minister, it was like, let me sing a song for you. It's like, let me sing a song for you and see if you can pick the lyrics out of the song and see if it'll talk to you. I was like, man, if that was me, I would have stopped the show and I would have said all the damn things that I said before. Then I seen a picture of Buju with Andrew Holness, and everybody in the picture was laughing. And so I'm like, on one end, you're calling him a crime minister. And on the other end, you know, pictures tell 1,000 words. It look like they're in cahoots. And you know what it kind of reminds me of? It kind of reminds me of these politicians, right? Or it kind of reminds me of these lawyers. One is a prosecutor, one is a defense attorney. But at the end of the day, the two of them are brethren, and they chill at each other's yard. Yo, right, what we doing this weekend? Yo, we're having a barbecue at my house, you know. You want to come along, just bring a bottle of a wind cornice or something, man. All right, I'll be there. And them go and them chat, right? And them chat about SouFLo. Because me are the person now who one of them is defending and the next one is trying to put in prison. And he must say to him brethren while they're drinking, well, you know, so me I try to put your boy SouFLo behind bars for about 50 years. And he must say, brother, you can't do that. You can't mash up my case like that and my reputation and my job. All right, make a work out something then. Because you know, say I'm guilty, you know. And the next one I said, boy, I don't really think you want to guilty still. Right, you know the boy guilty. Listen, they're all friends. The judge, the lawyers, all of them are friends, right? So, and when I saw these, how she spoke to him, to the prime minister, and then I saw a picture with Buju in the picture with him. Like, if me really feel like, say, yo, if I call you in the media, crime minister, me can't give you no pound, me can't give you no dap. I can't big you up and high five you when me see you. It will be no smiling from me for you. It'll be some screw face or some dead affect. Like, that's it. I don't have nothing for you, right? His daughter is a part of the Prime Minister party. So you see, that's why I rate them. Stash said that's why you rate them. So politics are going. And like I said, you say his daughter is a part, right? So okay, so one time Andrew wanted to say Buju now, and probably I said, Buju, you really called me Prime Minister in the news, brother. You must say, cool, Andrew, man, you know the thing go already, man. Yeah, and it's just one big game of politics. One big game of politics. I'd remind that say all of them is friends SouFLo. Yes, I'm getting to realize that. I remember when there was the protest going on for cockpit country, and then them say, okay, a sit-down meeting is going to happen. Handful of people show up, you know. I thought the whole of Jamaica would have come out because they understand what the cockpit country means, which I will explain again in a couple of words like this. It is the lungs of Jamaica. If somebody puncture your lungs right now, you're probably going to die pretty soon, right? It is the lungs of Jamaica. You can't breathe, you're dead, right? I thought the people would turn out in numbers. One little bit of people turn out, but you had some influential people that turned out with them, to include again Tony Rebel, Queen Africa, and quite a other few who are also celebrities. Then me hear it's a big meeting I will call. And in the meeting, they will sit down and they will discuss so and so. They say, all right, it is now taken out the public eye and them gone in our room where big meet, no call, no transparency, because there was no video camera in there that was relayed back to us, so we couldn't hear what they were in there doing. I feel like I'm going to go have brunch here, man. I think they went in there and had brunch. And I think Andrew probably said to them, listen up, I'm going to try to get them whole heap of people out of the way, please, because, you know, we're trying to get the companies in to survey the place to see which part you want to start dig. And it don't look good with these people, and you have Vice down here a shoot documentary and all these things. And them I said, but Andrew, you know, you have to give me something for something. And, you know, look, I don't know if they went in there and secured their best interest and came back out. I'm not trying to accuse anybody of anything. I'm just saying, what the hell happened in that meeting? Why did it go to a private meeting? It should have been a public meeting for all of us Jamaicans to see and hear everything that was said in it. But again, the people who you think are going to speak up, they go silent at a time when it's time to be loud, right? Audrey said, Ajinal and wicked them. Yeah, me feel tricked. Me feel bamboozled. I don't know which side to be on right now. I know for a fact I don't want to see no drilling and no mining in a cockpit country. That is just my personal thing. Me don't want to see it. Because I know what cockpit country is to Jamaica, and I know what the ramifications of that is going to be for generations to come. Jamaica will be forever changed. Forever changed. When you start have dead birds wash up on your pretty beaches, and you know, and when you start have oil residue in your waters, when you start have these species of birds that are only found in Jamaica, indigenous species disappear, when you start having landslide and flooding, when you start having, like, Jamaica will be forever changed. Okay, the air will be damaged severely. I don't want to see it. I don't want to see it. And this is not even taking side with no Maroon versus current government versus Andrew versus Buju versus Currie versus. This is not even about any of them. It's just about cockpit country and what it is. See? Join the side that don't take out a calculator. Which side that? I look like everybody calculator out. Like the British Virgin Islands Premier, which is like his position in the British Virgin Islands is like a prime minister. Brother never know say he was dealing with undercover DEA agents. Them have him, the man, they said the man take out him calculator. It's funny you should say that. And walk with a calculator and him take out him calculator and the cartel, this is the cartel, right? Pretending to be. So we want to ship 3 tons of cocaine through your harbor, through this Caribbean island. Man take out him calculator and do, did this math in front of the DEA agent them and said, okay, so my share of that would come out to be big politicians supposed to be prime minister and them said this mania start every government meeting with bow your heads, close your eyes. The Lord God Almighty, Jesus Christ, as we come before you today, Almighty God. He plays play an instrument at the church, all these things. You see me with cartel, I mean I talk about Vibes Cartel, he's with the Colombian cartel. 3 tons of cocaine, you said? Okay, so that is coming through at roughly 2.5 million. That's US dollars, by the way. And if we get it through, when this gets to market, because it has to come through here, if I pass it through here, it should be worth 7.5 times 50. You guys are going to be making a killing. So I want my share to be $7.25 million. That's a small amount to ask from you. And you have to put down a percentage now first. My percentage will be, you want to calculate again, 700,000 US. You see how them wrap them up nice? They wrap them up nice. They put the 700,000 US cash in the Louis Vuitton shopping bags on a private jet in Florida and tell him, come get it. Come inspect the money because you can't move that much money at once through any customs or anything. Come see the money before we get the money to you. Him and the woman who is in charge of their board, their wharfs. I forgot what her exact name of position is, but she is the head over all that, in charge of the wharfs, right? They weren't together that day. They lured him in first. He come in, him inspect the money, them arrest him. Boom, got you. They called her and set her up for coming in later. Here she, you know. Yeah, him is a little criminal, you know. He won't miss a chance to make another. The two of them are rolled together, you know. Him is a little criminal, you know. He won't miss a chance to make a little profit off of anything that's coming off. So they showed her the money, the whole 700,000. The same money would just catch him, you know. Them just left it in place and show she the money now when she walked into the private jet. Showed her the money. She they told her, you can count it up. This is the whole 700. 200, I believe, 200,000 of this is yours. So he'll get 5 because he's the big man, and you'll get 200,000 US dollars in cash. And she said, yes, okay, we see the money now, let's go. And ka-ching, they arrested her too, right? So you see them people here now, that was a big example for me. And I'm starting to think like, how many more Caribbean islands is this going on in? And that's probably the reason why they just turn their heads and act like them not see nothing. Hey, we have about 5 tons of cocaine that need to pass through. Hey, send it through. My share though, that's why I used to pull out the calculator. Join the side that don't pull out the calculator. My share though will have to be, then probably tell them, say, well, you're gonna have to come to Miami. And them say, no, because Jamaica move different. Can't my money come give me. Well, I'm not coming to Miami to sort out nothing. So you can't hold me up there. Like when you hold my boy from the Virgin Islands. No, brother. As far as this whole maroon thing goes, I honestly feel like at some point there will be drilling in cockpit country. And the last line of defense for it is Chief Currie. That's how I feel. What you feel? De Buffalo Soldares says, I saw a documentary and could see a big hole next to their land, and all of that population to a community and destroy their food crops. Yes, that is the Vice documentary, and they did a part two to it. So if this is the borders of which, so they can drill up until this part, right? They have taken the drilling all the way up to right there on the line. They're encroaching up on. So the next step now is if we can get friggin' Currie out the way, we can keep on going past that line and drill out the whole lot in there. Somebody said, Chief Currie, I wait to get paid off. Money, everybody, a pre. I don't know, man. I won't say that. I won't say that. If I see him take the money and run, then I will say, you wicked blood and you wicked bumper clot, yo. Anyhow, let me see him take the money and run. Me, I'm watching. I'm watching and I'm watching close, and I won't be afraid to call it out. Anyhow, me see him take the money and run. And they start digging past that line. I'm gonna say, you wicked bumper clot, yo, you set up the people them, just like everybody else, right? And the wicked part about that would be they really truly believed in you. They didn't trust anybody else. You, and you led them to that. I don't think Chief Currie would do that, because remember what the legacy is already, Remember what people did apologize for before, So this would only solidify to those who are saying them people that for dead, because there are people out there that are saying Currie them for dead because of what their ancestors did. So for him to do something like that would be for them to say, see that traitor blood run through them veins. This is not the first time. Watch them again. So I don't think he would do that. Sometimes money is just not worth it, my friend. Sometimes money is just not worth it. Sometimes some things are worth way more than money. Yes, Stash says not everyone is a sellout, and that's true. Not everyone is a sellout. Not everyone is genuine. I'm gonna give you a real story, right? Not to big up myself or nothing. So when I just got into the army, right, I had a friend of mine who had just made sergeant. Now, me seeing a young black sergeant, watch him climb the ranks and go to sergeant, but we weren't allowed to chill together because I'm low ranking and it's called fraternization. All right. We were limited in numbers, so we used to click up in places outside of base, right? So one night we did Germany and one night we go out. He's supposed to be the DD, the designated driver. Everybody else I go drink and party and have fun. This man who just got pinned sergeant is off drinking in at the club. Me don't know where I'm there. When it came time for us to leave, he jumps in the car and he's driving with us in the car. Now the whole of we already drunk because we already worked it out. He was supposed to be the DD, not paying attention. And then it dawned on me, I'm like, this mother, you look drunk. As we're coming over a hill, we're coming into a checkpoint by the Polizei, which is the German police. If you don't know nothing about the German police, right? What they do is they ask you for a blood sample or they ask you for a breathalyzer. If you refuse the breathalyzer, they take it in blood. Yeah, I don't know, knock you over your head with them baton, bust your head and take blood or something. But you're going to give something to immediately to show that you're either drunk or sober. Him stop the car at the top of the hill. For a greater cause, I became a sacrifice. And it was all my doing. I said to him, I said, you know what? You just got pinned sergeant. You can't handle this. I'm a private still. Jump over. Let's switch seats. And I'll ride down there because I'm sure they're going to stop us. Right? He was like, no, Mac, don't, you ain't got to do all that. I was like, you want to get in with your, and he was like, no, man, I don't. I said, okay, jump over. So I drove down. When I drive down, I already knew everything else that was gonna happen. So I end up in a lockup, in a German lockup. Him gone. The car got confiscated. Somebody came to pick him up. Him gone about in business, and the rest was history for me. We were so far out from base, I had to be transported back to our part of Germany. Now I'm transported back to our part of Germany, and it's Sunday morning, Saturday night, Sunday morning, and my first sergeant was so pissed he calls in the whole company. The whole company consists of Alpha, Bravo, Charlie, Delta, first platoon, second platoon, third platoon, and headquarters. Each one of these had about 90 soldiers in it, right? And the man call in everybody and tell everybody to come in PT uniform because you're going to be running today. They ran from my company to the MP station to come pick me up, and I led the run in civilian clothes, still hungover, all the way back to the company. So some people are willing to go all the way in with principles. You know what I'm saying? And not everything you sell out for. It's not everything you sell out for. And some people are willing to stand up for the greater good. And I'm hoping that Chief Currie is one of those people. I don't have any reason to doubt him yet. But if I ever see anything, I'll let y'all know. I'll be the first one to sound their bang. I'll be the first one to blow it up loud. You know, so that boy I take money and the more run and left the people them. Yeah. But I don't think that's what he's gonna do. Yes, the love of, yeah man, D-Mac. Not money. Money ain't everything. See? Watch me. We have about 10 minutes left and I gotta go. So under 10 minutes, we want to talk about frivolous stuff. That's a little gossiping for the morning. I always saw Spice with our Rasta man. Me notice like Mother's Day, she was at church, and you know, Mother's Day with our Rasta man usually be like him bring whole heap of flowers and balloons and kiss her up in front of camera and love her up, probably carry her up on a Mother's Day date or be a romance and romantic things. And somebody said like about a month ago, SouFLo, you know, say the Rasta gone left Spice. I mean, I said, sure, me not really pay no attention to them things. They're still, you know, people make up and break up all the time and these kind of stuff. So what if? But then I started paying attention. And it's been about a month. Well, me not see Rasta around her at all. So me say, I wonder if Rasta gone in busy. I went on her IG, right? Me I get nosy now. Me go up on her IG. You're Spice now. You're the blood clot boy, SouFLo now. You know my business. I saw them go on, you know. Like everybody else that talk. But that's all. You're in the limelight, mama. And you name Spice. So anyway, I go up on her IG and I'm looking through all the pictures. I'm scrolling as far back as she just start IG. I can't find Rasta. I can't find not even one picture of Rasta. I follow Spice on IG. I like up her post them on all these things. I follow her on IG closely. Rasta is nowhere to be found. Somebody said yes, it was on her IG that them left. I lie. Oh, me never say that. Say it ain't so. Bumba clot. No, that them left. Well, I true. Me have to go see it for myself. Cause it just the same thing like with Dewey and what's your name there? Me telling you now. When you're jumping at people business, keep it neutral. Because a couple of weeks from now, you're gonna see Spice and Rasta, pan love and hip hop. Me feel says a setup. I feel it's a setup. Him couldn't just gone suddenly so. Although I kind of thought that there was some kind of problems there. Me don't know something did off. But I see him with me and Shakira Spear left right now. Enough people are gonna say, yeah, something did off. I could see it. Remember that Kevin Samuels video? Remember how she felt about that video? And remember how he felt about that video? That was very revealing. That tells you a lot right there. So you could have Sister SouFLo and she in issues from back then. And even before that, remember that time that was she busting at the live and she kept. I honestly could see that there was something there. But you know, you still have people business because you have got through relationship yourself and your relationship sometimes hit some rocky parts. It's reality. It's reality. Your relationship sometimes hit some rocky parts too. We in there more time on the boat a rock like with a sea and a storm. You see it? We in the eye of the hurricane kind of thing. So who am I to watch another person's thing? You know? And we have to work it out and come through it. Come through it, no pun intended. But we have to work it out and get through. So I don't know. I wish them all the best still. They could, I mean, they look good together. Let's say that. You know, Spice look like a lot to handle too. Cause she one of them people that will look like she don't hold her mouth. She don't look like a woman when know if keep her mouth still. She look like, you know, she got talk how it go and yeah, you have to go get in line, cause me run round here, so me name Grace, me Hamilton, me name Spice. What you say about that? Eh? Rasta boy. What you say? Anytime Jamaican people beat them chest. Anytime you see a Jamaican over beat our chest up, forget the men. Anytime you see a Jamaican over beat our chest up, me run around here, so what? Well, just tuck your tail and go on here, doggy. Because it's about to get hectic. She look, no, she look like one of those types to me. She's very outspoken. You have to understand that Spice come up rough enough. And Spice for the longest was her own everything. You understand? She carry herself in the music industry as her own everything. So it take a broad back and a strong. You have to strong to do that, especially in the environment there where the whole of the girls them were going to get spread out and backers, you know, and all these things and pass along and then disappear. And I remember her saying that she knew she didn't want to be one of those. So she had to stand on her square, man. You know, and that kind of thing that can build a certain kind of a character. So when you accomplish now what you set out to accomplish, well, you can say, me. What is about Lady Star? Cause me outdo that. Yeah, so remember when you say, me need to do more of this and more of, all right, me do it now. Me. Blue ear, me. Get up, girl, me. Spice, and me run this. Queen, have to put the queen for my name, put some respect for my thing. Yeah, Rasta, who you talk to? Hey, boy, don't make me have to Rasta play in my house and duck and it can get a little hectic. It can get a little hectic. Me. Hey, you know me. You know about me. You know about me, Rasta boy. Right? Well, I'm tell you that. No matter how nice you say them, you know, hi, yes, how are you doing? Hi, so tell us about how your day is going now. And yeah, man, go on, press the wrong rotted button. A beer bum here in there. Press the wrong rotted button. Me. What you know about me? Eh? Rasta boy, what you know about me? Shing! Something fly past you at 200 miles per hour. But I didn't know they confirmed a breakup. Me never know about that. Me not believe that neither. I'm gonna have to go see it for myself. Me not believe that. I have to see that for myself. Cause everybody talk any kind of something past social media. I don't know how me do already. Me clown out the thing. See? Because if anything should happen between me and wifey, I see him when them gonna clown out my thing too. Me say me catch Corona the other day and them did a clown me out. Now him say him live in Florida where his state is wide open. And the wholeness should just open up Jamaica. So watch him Ross now. He can't hardly breathe. LOL. LMAO. Laughing my ass off. I saw them did that treat me. All because me did I say before. This one bag of mask thing and lock up thing and this thing and curfew thing and all these things. Making people them wear masks and go a road and continue to stimulate the economy. And you know, so we won't lose any business. Them shut down the whole place, tell people go to them bed 6 o'clock at evening, don't come out till tomorrow and all these weird things. So I was kind of defending Jamaica and Jamaicans. But them turn it around for me. When me say coughing. I say, yo, fucker, yo. Yeah, watch him. Now him that they talk about a Florida him live on. And his state is wide open. Yeah, man, see him there. I hope you make it out, because it's serious. Then time them start fretting up people come here, say blood fire, I wonder if not dead. For real, because that's something I feel like, woo, we feel, I had some complaints like Kevin Samuels, chest pains, and me I don't know young bud, so chest pains at my age could be very tragic. See, I'm not an elder, but me I don't know young buds, and chest pains at my age could be very tragic. So they had me worried, they had me fretting. Then them put on the news about this one just died after battling COVID for 4 months. I said blood clot. I don't know if I'm gonna make it through. I get tired just to think about him. I don't know if I'm gonna make it through this in a car. See him battle it for 4 months, they only 2 weeks, me have it for. I said, babe, How your breathing feel? You alright? Oi! Watch out, big up to Spice and Rasta here, sir. We have about 3 minutes left in here, then I got to go. Kosi, make sure you're getting ready. Kosi is a man who will drop asleep, you know, and don't even wake me up on a film appointment, you know. Kosi, them can't hear me.
Yeah.
Are you ready?
Yeah.
Come here. Just poke your head in real quick. All right. The man big like, yo, if you see this man, you can't believe his age, right? The man have hair grow on the side of his face already. I keep my gun close. Cause when I talk. If, if I can't put you in your place, I'll put you in a place. You see, I brought you into this world. I'll take you out. I dropped my nose and picked them. So, hi, mommy.
Hi, Daddy.
You want to come say hi too?
Yeah.
You did your own hair
Yeah.
again. I she do her own hair. You know. Watch out.
Hi.
It never stops. This is Naka. Right, mommy?
Yeah.
And of course, it's Papa there. All right, listen up. The whole Spice thing with our man though, make we end it like this. Big up to Spice and big up our man. Whichever part in them. We never know them left, and she made a public announcement of it. I kind of them sweep it under the rug still because they were pretty loud when they were together. So to leave so silently, and boy, the way how she do, our children's father publicly when she catch Rasta. Yes, I've leveled up. Brock boy. Nothing I'm going to feel. You see what I have? You can't compare. All workless boy. Yeah. See my man. You see my good man. Him trunk to, you know, watch him jump on the side of the building and pull up himself. You never see him down in Jamaica. He Rasta go Jamaica and jump, find somebody house where they then work on and jump on it. And thought, lift up himself. So we say, yes, him can definitely lift Spice up a couple of times. Because you know Spice heavy. She heavy, heavy up front and her back, my friend. So him say, yeah. Oh, why, baby father must have sit down there. I said, John, no star. We couldn't pick her up like that. I guess she get better, big chunk, man. At least him can. So, and then they left now. He must be a king over in the house. I hope everything goes bad for you. I hope you ride off all your best friend them. I hope it. No, let me stop. But that's what I would be hoping. Anyhow, Shakira left me. I same thing me I hope. I hope your new man ride off your best friend. I hope you catch them in bed together. I hope nothing works. I hope everything him said just annoy the daylight out of you. I hope you get to a point where him start try beat you, you have to run and you have to call me. Come pick me up back, please. I hope it pop down. I wish you no good. After all the good me put in over here, you're still gone. No, I hope that rotted bun down. Like when time then catch all those on fire. I hope it bun down to bun buckler. With that said, we're gonna left it right that's for this one. Toxic. We're gonna left it right that's for this one. Big up for yourself. Manners and respect. And I'll see you tomorrow morning where I'm gonna try to give some extra. No, damn, it's for the whole week. Later, catch me later, because we have 2 topics. And the 2 topics later, just to give you a heads up, is let me tell you real quick. So you're on page. We do the Rasta and Spice one. Dancehall Mysteries is what it's called. Now I have a surprise topic for you, plus Privy Council and Vibes Cartel thing. Why is it taking so long? And could he be out this summer? Also, a next thing is Reagan King. Reagan King did get shot up, you know, and from him get shot up when I see my walk. I see one video where him take about 3 steps. And the 3 step them had the comment section blazing because people have said blouse and skirt and fuck up the dog because look how him walk. Him walk like, you know, that the walk, he look kind of like. So we're gonna talk about all that later on this evening. So set your thing and get your notifications and come on in. All right. Manners and respect to each and every one of you. And for the ones who don't make it back for the live later on, we'll see you tomorrow morning. Same time, same place. One love. Peace. All right, Coco, we got to go.